Hello, my friends. This is Natasha, founder of On Purpose Projects, bringing you another tip about how to create a high performance business website. Last week, I had a situation with a client where he emailed me and he said, "Hey, I'm having my website is going to a pharmaceutical site. It's going to this, buy this product site." And immediately I knew what was happening. And for those of you who've had this happen, we know I've had it happen to me. He'd been hacked. His website had been hacked. Something was going wrong. His blog pages were going to this pharmaceutical site. And he was like, no, maybe it's just a cache error. And he cleared his cache and it went away. And I was like, no, like you've been hacked. Like you've been hacked. And then we were looking through the site and there's some weird stuff on the site. And I was telling him, I'm like, you need to get a malware scan. Like whether we do it or someone else does it, you need to scan your site for malware. Like you've been hacked. And he's like, no. He's like, I think your developer made a mistake. And please have your developer go back and fix it. And then we looked at it and we ran the malware scan and he had indeed been hacked. And so if you've ever had this happen, being hacked is a huge pain in the butt. It's like obviously your first site is broken. And if you don't have a backup, you have to clean up this hack. And it's embarrassing. It can be expensive. It makes you look bad. Like the optics on attack are so bad, even though it's not necessarily always your fault. So I want to just talk you through the 3 steps of dealing with a hack. If you've been hacked, this is what you do. Number 1, you do a malware scan. You find someone who can do a deep dive into the site and see if there's any infected files, see if there is indeed a hack. Number 2, if you do find the hack, you find the infected code. Number 2, you get it cleaned. So you hire a company, whether it's SiteLock or whatever, and you pay someone to clean it. You clean out the site. Option B to number 2 is if you have a backup, instead of cleaning it, if you have a backup, you could restore a backup. So you can either get it cleaned, or if you have a recent backup that's up to date and clean, you can restore that backup. So 2, backup or clean it. Number 3, protect it. This is something I see a lot, is like working in the world of websites, I always offer maintenance to my clients. I'm like, you've bought this, protect it. Get a maintenance plan. Make sure that your site is secure. No one can get in. No one can break this. You've just spent $5,000, $10,000, $30,000 building this website. Protect it, because they can just take it down. Like it's not that difficult to get hacked. I hate to say it, but protect yourself. Talk to your host. Talk to a maintenance company. Install some security plugins. Whatever you got to do, keep it from happening again. So it's the steps are, again, like do the scan, see if you've got the malware, see if the malware is infected any of the files. Number 2, clean it or restore it backup. Number 3, protect it, either that backup or the cleaned site. And then keeping it organized, keeping it locked down going forward. And as well, keeping a tip of keeping a backup handy. If your host does not take backups, make sure that every time you update your website, you take a backup, because you never know what can happen. Anything can happen to a website. So make sure you always have a recent backup on hand, ready to go. So if something does go wrong, you can restore it. But yeah, so just a quick tech tip. So if you are noticing your website's doing something weird or something that looks out of place, don't just ignore it. Stop, check it, clean it, protect it, because it'll just make it get worse and worse and worse, and it's not going away. So anyway, I hope that helps. I will talk to you tomorrow.